everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am making a owl plant holder for everybody today. I had posted this as a short quite a while ago, and I finally got around to putting it together to create the long form content for making this adorable marble technique owl holder. So first up, we obviously got to mix up our resin. So for this project, we are using Tea Expert 1:1. So it has equal parts A and equal parts B, and that is what I'm putting in my silicone cup right now. I love Tea Expert. It is one of my favorite go-to brands, and I just find it really reliable, and I don't usually have any issues with it. Okay, so here inside the cup, we have, I believe I poured about 8 ounces, maybe it was 6 ounces, and I ended up not having enough. So you do want to make sure that you measure how much your mold takes before you mix up your resin, because then you're going to be left with, well, an unfinished project. So here we are mixing the resin. I took about, I believe it was 6 to 7 minutes to mix up that resin. I made sure I scraped the sides, and this is where the fun begins. So I had, I think it was like 3 cups where I poured the resin, and then I added the different colorants that I needed to. So here is the first cup. As you can see, I believe I put in equal parts in each of the cups because I was going with just a marble technique, an easy marble technique. And this one, I did not measure the temperature. And this is where, in my opinion, there was a little bit of a fail. So for this color, I went with that copper gold color again, one of my favorite colors. And then I did white Tea Expert paste, and I put a generous amount in there. I would say for this one, a lot less than I do with my resin blooms. I mixed up the resin, just like you see here, for the paste as well as the mica powder. And this brand is the Art and Glow. I can try to tag that in the description down below, but this is definitely one of my favorite mica powders. I think it's the color. It's just so rich. It's just a really nice bronze, copper, gold color. And then for the third color, I went with my gold leaf, or my third container. We did the gold leaf. Guys, this container of gold leaf, I swear I've had this for about 6 years. It lasts so long. But any container of gold leaf is perfect. They generally are all the same. You can also buy gold leaf in strips, like it's like in a, almost like a pack of paper, but they're flat strips of the gold leaf. Whereas this is those papers kind of all broken up. Gold leaf will stick to the side of the silicone cup, so you want to make sure it's not too windy or anything when you're placing your gold leaf inside your cup. All right, so here we have our 3 colors that we're going with. And oh yes, I did measure my resin. Earlier I said I had not, but this piece I did measure, and we are up to 86 degrees, 80, what was this one? 81 or 82, and then we have 88, 89. I do find that the gold leaf tends to heat up faster. I think the gold leaf makes the resin heat up faster. All right, I did a quick spritz of alcohol. You can do that if you want. And this was before I had my bubble remover machine. So if I did have my bubble remover, I would be placing those into that machine before, well, no, I would even do it before I added my color. Okay, we waited a little bit longer. The resin is now up to 94, 92, and 92, 93. So that was like the perfect temperature, ready to go and ready to start pouring into 1 cup. So first off, I poured my gold leaf, and again, you can do this any order you want. No rhyme or reason to the order that I'm pouring, other than this was just my personal preference. Next up, we added the white. So this was with the white pigment paste. And then I went on to add the copper. And then throughout the rest of it, I just alternated copper, white, gold leaf. again and again until I had the whole cup filled up. So this overall piece, you will see when I share the final product, it was very, the colors had come together. They had blended really well. There wasn't too much division. And the main reason for that was the gold leaf, okay? Because the gold leaf is a little bit heavier, it's going to make your other colors kind of blend or mix together. And because a lot of you like to see me mixing the colors and to see the order, I just thought I would add a little bit more to this video so that you saw the final pour inside the cup before I added it to the mold. And if I was to create this piece a second time, I probably would have used a little bit less of the copper and I would have used more of the white and maybe add one more color. Okay, here it is, ready to pour into the mold. I bought this mold off of Amazon. I can put that link down below in the caption or description. And one of my favorite parts is obviously pouring my marble pieces into the mold. It's so satisfying. And it is a little bit of a close-up. Sorry about that, guys. I thought my camera was turned so that it would videotape horizontally, but it was a vertical. Okay, so I still had not filled up the entire mold, so I had a little bit of the white left, so I added that in, and then you will see that I didn't have enough, so I had to wait. I had to wait a whole day before I could add the base of this piece because I had to step out. But that's perfectly fine. The base was white and there's really nothing wrong with that in the end because it is a plant holder. Okay, so we filled it up all the way. I really like this plant holder because there is that little hole in the bottom to let out any extra water. Because if you are a plant lover, you know that you need to have some good drainage for everything to work out. Okay, so here we are demolding the owl. And you will also notice that this silicone mold, or the actual owl that we pull out of the mold, is a matte look. And that's because the mold itself is matte. It's not a shiny mold, so if you wanted this to be shiny, well, good luck. You'd probably have to add somehow another layer of clear resin over top. But look at how cute it is. I am also a teacher and I brought this to school and had it on my desk at school and my students just loved it. Thanks for watching.